Hey everybody, this is an update video, kind of like building from the road on the Ford Flophouse project. As you can see, I'm sitting in a dark house, but there's lights on because I finished up most of the electrical upgrades while we're on the road, and it's not ideal, but nothing is. And I worked with what I got and compensated for my lack of specific parts with plenty of zip ties to make everything look neat. Um, we were getting tired of not having lights and the ability to charge our laptops and phones and stuff like that in the bed sort of living area. I needed to do work, so I needed to build myself a little desk with a monitor, etc. Um, so basically, we finished up the power upgrades. So I'll walk you through each of these components and how they affect the system. Down here we have the AC and DC distribution panels. Come on, focus for me. This one is the DC panel. It has three power circuits. There's a USB by the bed, this 12 volt that powers a fan up here, and then there's a 12 volt on the outside, and there's two lighting circuits. I just used the fuses that I had on hand. And then there's the AC distribution panel, which powers a outlet by the bed, an outlet behind me, and an outlet that faces the outside. Now this is all built with kind of industrial automation DIN rail components, because I didn't feel like getting an expensive RV AC unit or one of the Blue Sea ones. This is just distributed through these terminal blocks here. This AC distribution panel is fed by our Go Solar or Go Power transfer switch. Now what this does is when we plugged into shore power or like an RV park, which is just a sort of a twist lock connector that comes from the outside, it'll switch automatically over to that power instead of the battery power if that were to be on. And when that switch happens, it turns so right now basically inverter power comes in here or shore power comes in here. It's switched whether or not which one's available, and then that's sent down to this distribution panel. Another thing that gets switched on when the shore power is available only is our battery charger. Now, this is just like a Walmart off the shelf speed charge Schumacher. It's supposed to be okay. It's supposed to charge deep cycles. I don't know. But that will only get charged when we are plugged into shore power, so we don't have some weird inverter loop. That charges our battery, which again, another Walmart special, big deep cycle marine battery. Should be fine. I know that doing two 6 volt batteries or a bank of series parallel batteries is better, but I wanted to keep this cheap and try out some stuff before I spent more money. The battery is then charged by the plug that comes from the trailer hitch. There's a 12 volt battery charge line that goes up through a switch that can turn the charging circuit on or off, so I can turn that off if we've driven a while. And then that goes down through this battery isolator diode. So battery isolator diode is going to prevent the power from this battery from going back through the trailer hitch into the car and either draining the batteries in the car, charging this battery, or having some weird reverse power thing that could cause problems. So that's a pretty important component. From there, this cable here goes back up to the positive lead on before this switch, which charges the battery when the car is running. And then this switch here basically isolates the battery from the rest of these components. When this is on, it runs the power down here to our micro solar pure sine wave 1000 watt 2000 watt surge inverter. And this is basically a full sine wave inverter. Full sine wave meaning that it's an actual parabolic sine wave AC versus the square wave that can power some motors but is not ideal for electronics. And as I said before, that outputs AC power into the transfer switch. And then there is a little remote on-off cable that kind of winds itself around here to the bed where the other switches are. So that is our power system, and it's working pretty good right now. I'm using a little poor man's $9 AutoZone multimeter jerry-rigged as a voltmeter to see what the volts is from the battery. Um, it's working pretty well. I ran a little vacuum the other day. I think if we added some solar panels, this would be pretty self-sustaining. I've learned a lot in putting this together that I might incorporate into a more robust, cleaner install. But yeah, it's pretty great. So I'll send some more updates if we do any other projects. Thanks for watching.